What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. I am Lanick.
Nick? Oh,
Lanick.
you're Nick. You're throwing me off here. I'm Joe.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Anyways, that's about as French as I get. I can also say "Parlez-vous François," but I cannot speak French outside of the two sentences I just said.
But what are we gonna do? Clash in Paris is coming up.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You like how I did that?
But first, we're going to talk about AEW Fairway to Hell. I'm on the fairway to hell. It doesn't have the same ring to it. So this is honestly just an hour of Collision. But I'm going to be honest. For this hour of Collision, I was far more entertained as a whole than I was for the 3-hour Dynamite Collision on Wednesday.
I will agree. That was a depressing fucking show.
Outside of whatever the fuck was wrong with production for 40 minutes, I don't know if it came through on your end because you probably watched your recording of it.
I watched it was still live when I started, so I could hear them, but it was very faint. I don't know if yours was very faint as well.
No,
yeah, mine was kind of faint.
Not live, it wasn't. Yeah, you could straight up like
go to the graphic.
Go to the graphic. 3, 2, 1. Great fucking job, Shivani. It was weird, dude.
Man, they should be so much better than this. At this point, I complain about their production a lot.
I mean, I do too. You more than I.
At this point, this shit's unacceptable.
Yeah, stuff like this very specifically. Like, we already complain about some of the minor things that, like, you know, you'd think in 2026 would be different. Except, this isn't a minor thing. This is very much an indie promotion problem.
Yeah, most of the stuff just goes down to like they don't really have production meetings.
Right.
But, you know, you can get around some of that, I suppose. But this was just technical issues, and this is Bush League type shit. Like, this is unacceptable.
Yeah. This isn't something even a production meeting could fix. This is something wasn't set up correctly.
This was on the technical. Yeah, this was on the technical side.
Yeah, somebody had something crossed in a way that wasn't supposed to be, or something stupid. I don't know what it was, but that type of shit can't fly.
I don't know if it was the venue, because it was a weird venue. Boy, was it a weird venue.
Well, it was a weird setup venue. I think the venue's a very normal venue.
The venue's like it's like a Top Golf meets a golf simulator. It was weird.
On AEW.
They made the best of it though.
I've heard of the arena though. It was the SoFi Center.
Well, yeah, you're thinking of SoFi Stadium, and that's a big stadium. This is just a tiny little golf arena thing that's also sponsored by SoFi.
Right, I know, but it's still. I enjoyed the venue look wise. I will say that. So I will always be a fan of smaller, unique setups like this. As long as you don't get so small that you start getting like I do not like Daly's Place, but that's because they cramp everything super close together.
I liked Daly's Place when they were doing it in the pandemic, but they were a little spread out. The only crowd they had was the wrestlers they made sit at ringside and cheer.
Right.
But like the 2300 arena, which is the old ECW arena, I didn't like when they were there either.
Oh, I loved that. Because I don't like everything just looking like a big arena. Like, hey, look, it's a bunch of people. Hey, look, it's a bunch of people. Hey, look, it's a bunch of people. I like the different like multi-tiered booths and wide open golf course setting. And in fact, I think they've even done one that was
That venue they had in
Poolside?
Chicago, which was like that theater, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, I like the Chicago venue as well.
The problem was they were there for too many damn weeks in a row.
I like when they were at the what the fuck is that thing? Esports
Are you
Arena
thinking about the?
in Texas.
Okay, yeah, I was just about to say, are you thinking about the one in Texas?
Yeah, the Esports Arena that I thought was a new setup for Collision, which it was an Esports Arena, and
Yeah, bad.
I liked the way that one looked too. I don't know. I just like things
Especially
being
when
different.
you're only drawing, especially when you're only drawing like 1,800 people to a show.
Right. And you know, maybe I would like the arena full of people all the time if the arena full of people would actually bring fucking signs for me to look at. But I'm not. It's just a bunch of people, and I don't care.
Well, that's the thing. They don't really necessarily let signs and stuff in like they used to.
AEW does.
You're never going to get the Attitude Era again, where everybody had a sign.
Well, so I think that's more to do with how WWE's trained people, because
I don't disagree.
they don't want people to bring a bunch of signs in, and now that people don't do it for WWE, you don't get a whole lot of it with AEW because they're just already tailored to not do so. Like,
Yeah, well, WWE doesn't want any distractions outside of their advertisements, anyways.
Right.
Maybe that's the next thing that they'll monetize. They'll just start handing fans signs of additional advertisements as they come in the venue.
oh, please do, because I will crinkle that motherfucker up and turn it upside down. Like, I will make you look stupid.
Could you imagine? That's about the only thing they have left to do.
Nah, they could
That
still
would be awful.
put ads all over ring gear. There's that too.
Yeah, I was just about to say El Grande Americano, brought to you by Jose Cuervo.
El Grande Americano brought to you by Wheatley's.
Oh, Wheatley's. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyways, back to AEW. So, Fairway to Hell Collision. It's just a collision. It's even titled Collision Fairway to Hell.
Yeah, it's literally just an hour collision.
It's the hour we didn't get.
Still got in more matches than some of the Raws that are almost 3 hours long.
That is true. Match 1, AEW National Championship match, Jack Perry versus Mark Davis. This is actually my match of the night.
I will echo that just because of the outcome and how surprising it was.
I think between the outcome, I actually thought it was a well wrestled match. I thought the two did
I don't disagree.
perfectly fine. And the thing that took away from this match for me was the production. If there's anything that bothered me,
It was distracting.
it was constantly hearing the fucking production truck talking to Shivani and counting down things and doing things. Like, I tweeted as soon as I started hearing it. I'm like, yo, this has got to get fixed.
And they got there, 3/4 of the way through the show.
Yeah. But and we had a really fun finish that sets up something later, which we'll get to.
Yes.
Don Callis gets distracted, and no, I'm sorry. Don Callis distracts the ref. The ref gets distracted by Don Callis.
Yes.
And while that's going on, Ricochet comes in with a fucking had me rolling. Came in wearing a fucking sun visor, like I used to wear when I was a teenager.
It was his golf outfit. Him, Tony Khan, and Roger Goodell go golfing all the time, don't you know?
Yeah. Something along the lines of like Don Callis did 46 holes today before the show.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Ricochet comes in, hits Jack with a golf club. Mark Davis hits his gut wrench power driver, and we get a new AEW National Champion. I didn't think this was going to happen, to be honest.
Me neither. What did Jack Perry have, like 2 defenses before he dropped it?
3, I think. I think he had 3.
And he had all those big vignettes and stuff, and they just make him drop the belt to Mark Davis.
Yeah.
And congratulations to Mark Davis. Man has been grinding, and this is well-deserved.
Absolutely. And this will only get me even more hype for when Doyle eventually comes back and the two of them just start fucking people up. They ain't even got to be tag team champions. Just let me enjoy watching the 2 biggest men in the fucking company just fuck people up.
I'm for it. The like 3 matches they had before he got hurt were so good.
So good. So good. Backstage, Jack Perry probably cuts, honestly, one of the better fucking segments he's ever done promo wise in terms of actual promo. He's mad about losing the way that he did, but he knows that Jericho's looking for partners. So he's bringing the Elite. And so instead of it being, it was originally going to be 4-on-4, 5-on-5. I think it was originally going to be 5-on-5. It's
Yes, it was going to be 5-on-5.
It's now going to be 7-on-7. And it's
going to be just chaos.
It is. I'm kind of here for it. I love chaos. It's gonna.
No, not you.
Never me. It's gonna be the Hurt Syndicate, Jericho, and all of the Elite. So we're talking Perry, the Bucks, and Omega.
I don't think Omega's gonna be there.
He said Omega.
Oh yeah, they did say. Yeah, they did say. They did mention his name, didn't they?
Yeah.
Disregard.
He got mentioned by name. Not that changes anything, because someone else got mentioned by name last week, and that changed. We'll get there.
Boy, did it.
Versus, it's going to be Ricochet and the Demand. Well, Ricochet and Goa, which are the Demand, and the rest of whoever's going to be filling out for the Don Callis famous.
And Mark Davis and some hand-picked Don Callis folks, which will probably be like RPG Vice.
Mark Davis and 3 others, which are actually going to end up being probably like El Clone and RPG Vice.
Lance Archer.
Actually makes sense. Lance Archer would be my choice, but I don't know if they're going to have him be the one to do it. There's not enough Lance Archer love in this company for some reason. He's a fun big dude.
I think they don't want to do anything with him because his contract's coming up soon. I don't think he's re-signed, so I think they just don't know what to do with him in the interim.
Maybe we'll get lucky, and this will be when Brian Cage comes back because he's cleared. He's been wrestling indie dates.
I mean, it'd be nice. He's a good worker when he's healthy.
I've always been a Brian Cage fan. At least since I've been watching AW. So that match just got bigger and crazier. So we'll see who the rest of the team is probably Wednesday.
Yeah, the only thing I have against it is another match where you just throwing 10 fucking, well, now it's 14 fucking people into just a giant melee.
Right.
Just to get more people on the card.
Yeah,
but at least they did some booking here to make it make sense, I guess.
At least this is done in a way where it's groups of people that don't like each other now, instead of it just being this weird thing that was kind of thrown together.
Hey, it's Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Now they've at least got the Elite and the Don Callis family involved, so it's at least 2 groups of people that just don't get along and haven't.
Right, they have history and actual storyline beef.
Right. Also backstage, Don Callis is excited. He's going to lend some of his family to the Anarchy match, which we already just talked about. We just didn't actually go into the backstage segment. Another backstage segment, we find out, and this is actually during the entrances for the Divine Dominion. Divine Dominion are going to start doing, I don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing or if this is just for tonight. I'm guessing it's going to be a permanent thing. They're doing 5-minute eliminator matches where if someone can survive 5 minutes, they'll get a title shot because they don't feel anyone is good enough. I want you guys to understand something. I think this is a fantastic fucking idea, but it's going to suck because it's only going to be nobodies for like a month and a half to 2 months before somebody finally comes in.
For now.
Like, what I want to see them do is actually feed... Fuck it. Have Anna and have Ty J come in and just get dominated in 5 fucking minutes. Like, actually feed some actual people to these ladies and make it to where people can't survive for 5 minutes. Actual fucking not local talent people.
Yeah, because it'll mean more when somebody actually does last the 5 minutes.
Right.
And when they do last the 5 minutes, they need to be like up on these ladies. And the heels like escaping, like, oh, the 5 minutes is up, and like they were on the verge of getting beat.
And I don't mean this exact team because they've already lost, right? But this is also a good way to where if you were to feed them some more well-known women tag team that are in throughout the company, if you feed them some, and then you make the first team to do it after about a month and a half, the first team to do it be a lesser known tag team.
Like the My World chick and
Yeah.
whatever
Now,
the other person's name
and
is.
like that was who I was going to mention. Like, I don't want them to be the ones to do it because they've already lost a tag title match to these ladies.
Sure.
Um,
Sure. But something like that.
but
Some
something-
up and coming team that
right. And don't even make it to where they win. It's just they survive the 5 minutes.
yeah. Like they were like and you could even have them getting beat up early on, but they really start taking it to the heels there towards the end and the heels are, kind of lucky to escape.
Right. Anyways, the first match is Divine Dominion versus Ruthie Slay and Rachel Lay. Those names weren't on purpose. Bane hits her. Okay, before we even get to that, there is this really fun moment early in the match that I absolutely did love. As for the Divine Dominion, were taking turns tagging each other in just to German suplex the lady that was in the ring.
They were just tossing her around.
That was pretty fun. They did that tag. Now this was actually the worst I've seen it done for them, which again can be attributed to having local indie talent and not having someone backstage that understands the move. One of my favorite tag team moves that are done in wrestling right now are actually from Divine Dominion. It's where they throw the lady, whoever they're wrestling, into the turnbuckle, and they take turns running and big booting them in the corner. I love the look of it. I love the spot, but it kind of looked like shit here because the lady kept trying to walk out of the fucking turnbuckle. And, like, that's not how the spot's taken. It's not taken 5 feet away from the turnbuckle. You're supposed to be leaned up against it. So it kind of looked bad. I exaggerate on the 5 feet. She was about a foot away from the turnbuckle both times she took the boot. And I was just like, just stay there, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it was her way of selling, and it was unnecessary.
Anyways, Bane ends up hitting her Samoan drop fall away slam combo now that it's somebody small enough that she can do it too. And then they hit their double choke slam for the win.
Yep, no muss, no fuss.
And then this is where I think it's the first time I've seen it announced. They announced they're doing a 4-way women's world championship match at Double or Nothing that's going to be Tekla, Hayter, Statlander, and Sheeta. And I'm like, well, this sounds like shit. One,
yeah, I don't like that at all.
I don't remember them ever talking about this at all over the last 3 weeks.
Well,
as
this
a build-up,
is Tony Khan just throwing darts at the wall type thing.
And now what it's really,
you know what's going to happen.
They're going to 3-on-1 Tekla until she's out of the match, and then she's going to magically come from nowhere to steal the win from somebody. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Please Stat, because Sheeta's going to betray Stat. I think that's where Sheeta will finally betray Stat.
Probably. So yeah, and then right after that, they announced that we're getting the Owen Hart Foundation brackets this Wednesday.
Yep, the Owen is starting soon, probably after the pay-per-view.
I wish, to be honest, that they would set an actual time of year for this. This is the third or fourth time they've done it, and every year it's at a different time in the year.
Wasn't the first one in like February? Because it was around like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, they just keep moving it around, and it's like, dude, consistency. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, not just the towns you like to run.
So there we go. We're going to figure that out this Wednesday, and we'll talk more about that on Wednesday. This is also when we get a backstage segment where we find out apparently Okada's back in Japan taking care of family business, so he's going to be out of town. So Takeshita's taking his place in the match on Wednesday. Why do I get this feeling that Okada's still going to show up?
What's the match on Wednesday?
Takeshita versus Darby for the world title.
Oh, yeah, because Okada was supposed to have the match. That's dumb.
That's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about somebody's replacing somebody.
I wonder if he's hurt.
Well, they said he was
The
taking care of.
nagging thing.
They said he was taking care of family business, and talking about he's still going to take the title from Okada at Double or Nothing. So I don't
Well, at
know.
least that's still a go for now.
I don't know why he got pulled out of the match, but that was the thing that I was talking about earlier when I was like, yeah, somebody taking somebody's place, but we'll get back to that later. It just came out of fucking it surprised me. I was like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, because he made a big deal about coming out and I'm going for the world title, and then it was just like, yeah, never mind, I got things to do.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not like a family sick type thing like that. You don't want anyone to have to deal with that shit.
Yeah, but they could have done a better way of announcing it and explaining it.
Yeah, I agree. Match 3, your typical collision quick match. This wasn't a squash match by any means, but it was quick. Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kieran Gray. There's the spot where it's right before the end of the match. Kieran Gray is doing a kind of like a 10 punch in the corner, but he's like kicking Bailey in the chest or some shit. And then all of a sudden, Shivani on announcement or on announcer goes, "Yeah, Kieran Gray is an ex-Navy SEAL." And the moment he mentions, and I know this wasn't timed out this way, but the moment he mentions Kieran being an ex-Navy SEAL, Kieran goes into full psycho mode and starts like booting the shit out of Speedball right in the fucking face. And I'm like, that's a weird fucking timing.
Yeah, right.
Look at this Navy SEAL lose his fucking mind.
Very Navy SEAL of you, sir, to just beat the fuck out of the dude in the face.
Speedball wins with his flipping knee move. The only purpose for this match was so they could get the post match that they could have just made a backstage segment that is pretty much letting us know Kevin Knight's about to go full fucking heel.
It didn't. He didn't say that specifically, but he made it seem like him and Speedball were gonna. Honestly, I thought he was talking about going for the tag titles with Speedball. It was weird.
When he first started talking, I thought that's what he was gonna do, but he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this thing together," and I'm just like, "Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen." I am pretty sure that we're talking within the next month, Kevin Knight is gonna beat this dude down. And it'll probably be. I still think he's going to be the one to join Hurt Syndicate.
I think that would be a good move for him.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that. Match 4, which is our AEW World Championship match, Pac versus Darby. And let me tell you guys, if you guys just want to see pure chaos,
it was chaos.
So
it was all over the place.
The match starts off, and Darby just goes to the green in the back of the fucking stadium, and this is where we find out it's a no count out match. So that's a thing.
Well, they announced it at the beginning of the show, but
yeah,
it went straight to the outside. There was no in ring. There was hardly any in ring for most of this match, honestly.
So they go to the green. And that's where the match starts, and they're fighting. Darby hits a code red on Pac into the bunker, which made me laugh. And
I laughed too.
I
was like, right in the bunker.
The only thing I could think of was these guys are going to be taking the longest showers of their life, trying to get all of that sand from every crevice.
Yeah, that is some coarse ass sand. And you're sweating too, because you warmed up backstage. Oh. That's got to, and then you still have to take bumps.
Yeah,
that's uncomfortable as hell.
Repeated in the sand because we're not done there. Darby then does a running drop kick into Pac, and he backflips into the bunker, which was a little overdone. Pac, I'm just saying. I don't know why you backflipped into that.
This whole match was a little overdone.
Pac then hits an overhead belly to belly into a bunker on Darby. And then he puts Darby in the brutalizer in the sand trap. And listen. Do you want to sell this move to me in the sand trap? You should have put fucking sand in your hands and shoved it in Darby's mouth while you did the move. All right.
Oh,
that would have
trying to kill the man.
That would have been fantastic. Anyways, he also then hits a gorilla press slam into the sand trap as well. We go to commercial break, and when we come back from commercial break, they're in the ring, and I'm like, well, that was quick.
Oh, don't worry, not for long.
Not for long. Uh, Pac starts to do his running off the ropes thing, and it was really cool to see Darby trip him up by jumping down at his legs. Um, at which point, he jumps outside of the ring, uh, just to jump back in to hit the Scorpion Death Drop. I don't know what the point of all that was. But Pac kicks out. Pac hits a beautiful and painful looking Falcon Arrow from the top rope.
Yeah, he did.
And let me tell you, the way Darby landed, he started grabbing his hip and his butt, and I was like, I can relate.
Yeah, I could see it because he landed sideways.
I've been there.
Especially the ass thing, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For those, listen, backyard wrestling.
Thrown to some concrete.
Yeah, backyard wrestling. Watching, or I won't even say watching, because I wasn't watching shit. It was me that it was done to.
No, some asshole threw you off while you were trying to give him an X Factor.
I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about the same asshole doing his finishing move to me off of a car onto a pile of weapons.
And he was like,
ladies and gentlemen, Joe's that asshole.
I am.
That one was accidental, though, because you can't plan for a weapon to pop up.
Well, all of them were accidental. I didn't deliberately try to hurt you.
No, I'm not saying you deliberately tried to hurt me even on the first one you mentioned, but you deliberately didn't do the move I was trying to do. And
oh, yeah, I tossed you off. Because I'm an asshole.
So anyways, Pac sets his Darby up on a table on the outside of the ring. Pac is standing on top of the turnbuckle, and I'm like, this man's about to kill himself. Because he looked like he was not comfortable being that high anymore. And I'm like, this used to be light work for this man.
Well, he's a lot bigger than he was then. And he'd been hurt a lot since then, too.
But, hey, listen. He goes for the shooting star press. Darby moves. And Pac goes through that table like a champ.
Yeah, pretty much head and upper body first.
Darby then throws Pac back into the ring, puts him in the Scorpion Deathlock. Pac finally, after several attempts to think about tapping out, gets to the ropes. He waves the Death Riders to come down to the ring, and they start off as being just a distraction. He's able to get the upper hand on Darby, and then they start setting up a table. And I'm like, oh, so they're allowed to bring weapons to the ring. They just can't, hit Darby with a weapon, because that makes sense.
Yeah, so Yuta and Garcia set up 4 tables on the outside.
Well, at this time, we didn't even know there was 4. They set up the one, and then they go back.
They set up one, and then they went to commercial break, and when they came back, there was several.
I would say not even yet. So they set up. They start to set up the one table, and they go back. The camera focuses back on the ring. Pac hits a tombstone on Darby on the steel steps, and
the cameraman should have not been shooting it from that angle, because you could tell Darby's head went nowhere near.
Yeah.
Pac protected him really well, which is what he was supposed to do, but the cameraman shouldn't have been right in front.
Listen, though, the guy that watched it from behind Pac that looked seriously worried about Darby. It was fantastic.
He should have been.
At this point is when they pan over to what the Death Riders are doing, and there's now 3 tables set up, and I'm like, oh, we're getting a somebody's falling through those tables, and I bet it's Darby's spot.
Right. We're getting a Dudley Boys spot here.
So, at that point, Pac picks Darby up onto his shoulders, and he starts to walk down the hallway, and they go to commercial break. Thank God, because I didn't want to follow them all the way up there. We come back from commercial break. They're fighting on top of the balcony. And Marina comes in and distracts the ref, which allows Pac to low blow Darby. Pac then looks down, does his best to imitate the Taker Foley moment where he tosses Darby down. Excuse me, sorry. Darby throws him off the balcony into the tables. Thank God they set up 4 tables.
Really? Because all they needed was 1. He only broke 1.
He broke 2. He
ricocheted off the other one.
He broke through. That one broke 2. It just didn't splinter like the top one did.
He ricocheted off the other one, so.
Well, he didn't touch the other ones. There were only 4, and 2 of them were untouched. One of them he broke cleanly
Mm.
through, and then one of them, listen, it didn't splinter, but it was definitely broke.
It fell over.
But but I'm saying it's a good thing they set up 4 because that aim wasn't good enough. He was supposed to land in between the 4 of them and go through them, and that did not happen.
He was never going to. He's 160 pounds, man.
See, you're focused on the going through the tables. I'm focused on the aim, which is the important part.
Well, yeah, but all right, you're right. But physics comes into play at some point.
Um. So then, Pac briskly walks from the top all the way down, and they followed him all the way down.
Yeah, at least we didn't get it the way up, I guess.
That's true. And once he gets back down ringside, he picks Darby up. Darby was doing a really good sell job as far as selling the whole like being severely hurt thing. But Pac picks him up, carries him back to the ring, tosses him in. He gets in, he goes for the pin. Darby kicks out. At which point, Pac is like, "What do I got to do to beat this guy?" And it was actually a really good point where it was either I don't remember if it was Shivani or if it was Nigel.
Nigel.
But one of them actually said, "You're gonna have to kill this man to take the title off of him." And I was like, "That's
Yeah,
probably
no shit, because he's fucking Super Darby.
I was like, that's probably the one good thing anyone has said the entire night on commentary because commentary was abysmal for most of the night. Also, I now feel bad for commentary now that I know what they have to listen to constantly. Uh, so at that point, Pac tries to cheat. One of the Death Riders gets involved. Pac grabs a title, and he's about to swing the title at Darby, but Darby kicks him right in the dick, and then Darby takes the title, hits him with it, tosses it out the ring, hits a coffin drop, gets the win. I
I like the finish. I just don't like that he's a fucking superhero and can't be killed.
Yeah, it's okay. MJF will kill him.
Headlock takeover too, probably.
Probably. With that being said, funny enough, as I mentioned in my notes, we watch Pac get carried out by the Death Riders, and Darby goes on to listen. He didn't fully stand up on his own. If you watch the rest of it, he did a really good job of selling that he was fucked up. He was like doing the whole leaning against the ropes thing and whatnot.
Yeah, but Pac's not the one that got thrown off a balcony.
Yeah, but Pac wasn't the one taken through, thrown off a balcony. He was the one that was just, tossed into the sand pit a few times.
Maybe those stairs he had to climb down were really treacherous.
Right. So yeah, that pretty much covers that. Now, an interesting article switching over to WWE for a second. An interesting article, not even article, groups of people online have been talking, and a lot of people are mentioning that there is a very good chance that this was Asuka's last match in WWE.
Yep.
Because for those of you that obviously watched the show, I did not, and we'll get into that in a minute. Asuka Io had what was apparently like match of the night type shit.
It was a very good match.
Had a very good match
Wasn't
on the show.
perfect, but it was very good.
And
it was
then,
the best match of the show.
At the end of it, Asuka was in tears and crying, and Io and her hugged it out, which feels the way it was all done apparently feels way more like she's just not going to be there much longer type thing. And then on top of it, there are people posting things online where, just to give you an example, because I took pictures of the articles so that I could talk about it, or the things, it wasn't articles. Charlotte specifically posted a picture of Asuka on Twitter. It was like a black and white photo that she obviously turned black and white for the photo. And then Big E, apparently after the show, said, "I wondered if this is goodbye. We've never really seen Asuka this emotional. If this is goodbye, I know she will be dearly missed. She's been a pioneer. She has truly done incredible things in the ring before she even got to WWE, but has further staked her claim as an all-time great here in WWE." So,
Yeah, and honestly, she should have been way more than she was in WWE.
yeah, a lot of people are almost making it seem like this is the end for Asuka, and that's people within the company. This isn't. I'm not talking about the speculations from people that like, oh, I'm happy she might go somewhere else or whatever people may be thinking.
Yeah,
This
because they
is
kind of broke kayfabe at the end of the match where Io bowed to her. Asuka got emotional. She's not a heel character. She completely broke character to hug it out with her. They both bowed to each other and they left in each other's arms.
right. And I say all that to say this. If this is Asuka's last match in WWE, not AEW, my bad. If this is Asuka's last match in WWE, her and I at least have something in common. Because this was also my last shot at watching WWE. I'm done. I'm announcing my WWE retirement, folks. At least for a while. I'm first and foremost. There's been a lot of frustration for me, and I know Joe's shared some as well, with what the product has been doing and what it's been working towards and becoming. They are way more focused on making billions of dollars than putting together anything worth a damn.
Now they don't even want to pay their wrestlers the money they signed them to in the first place.
Yeah, for whatever reason, and this isn't just the ad apocalypse that we've been dealing with, and I know other people in other countries are like, oh, if you just use a VPN. Funny that, I tried to use a VPN to watch Backlash tonight, and they actually blocked my VPN. So, you know what? That was just my sign. I'm done with constantly, like, dude, they went to Netflix just to put more ads. Like, Netflix is a place where you should be able to pay for ad-free to get Netflix.
Yeah, you're already paying a subscription.
Right. An expensive one for ad-free at that. And they're like,
Yes.
yeah, you might be paying for ad-free, but if you're watching wrestling, you're getting ads. They're just doing everything in their power to push people away. They're cutting people's contracts down in order to and trying to get people to restructure deals. They are
By 50%. They're making these people take deductions up to 50% of what they had already signed them for.
right.
Stating that, well, you don't really work as much as you used to because we don't do house shows. You issued the contract that I signed.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to back out of the deal, you would sue me or put me in a thing where you fired me for cause and try to make me not work for a year. And this independent contractor bullshit where these people don't get any of the benefits of being an actual employee.
Right. So yeah, with that, it just on top of that, they're going around and they are striking and taking down people's YouTube channels and stuff like that. After being the company, like they're like, oh yeah, you're putting out reaction content, and we're not okay with that. But you're the same company that was posting that reaction content at the beginning of Raw and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you would have a big moment happen at a pay per view.
You want it when you can. Yeah, you want it when you can advertise off of it.
Yeah, it's insane to me. Like, this is the most Nintendo coded bullshit. Because Nintendo does the same shit. They want all these people to love their stuff, but when people try to post content online, they want to be like, nope, you can't do that. You can't show our stuff. Like, bruh.
Yep, they are very protective of their IPs.
So, I don't know. It's just a good time for me to walk away from WWE. I don't know what our content's going to look like moving forward as a whole. We'll still cover AEW stuff.
Yeah, and we'll put our heads together and we'll try to think of something to do at least one more day a week.
I tried to see if JCW was the answer. I made it through one full episode of JCW. That'll never happen again.
Yeah, you were never going to be able to get me to watch that, so I'd rather watch TNA.
Listen, Vince Russo's still putting himself in the middle of storylines. It's fantastic. You'd love it.
Who'd have thunk the egomaniac that is Vince Russo is still trying to put himself over all these years later?
Um, like I've always thought about like it'd be cool to to dip into other things, but what else are we gonna do? Like what TNA, who's heavily in bed with WWE, which is already a fucking problem. I'm good. Um,
Ring of Honor, which we'd have to buy another subscription to be able to see.
maybe we can check out Billy Corgan's promotion. Who knows?
Oh, the NWA. Uh,
I
I'd rather watch New Japan.
listen.
I actually have New Japan World, so we really could.
Right, well, and New Japan World's actually relatively cheap.
Yeah, it's only like $7 a month.
But yeah, I mean, there's options. We may look into seeing if there's just at least something else that we can cover. I know nothing's going to get as big as what WWE has been for us in terms of what people come and watch. I can't keep fighting it. I'm not enjoying the product currently as a whole. I'm getting 1 to 3 segments of a 3-hour show every Monday that I somewhat enjoy, or I do enjoy. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I hate everything.
Maybe we just do like a news wrap up thing for like the previous week on our Monday night slot, and just like do like the news for the past week or something. We'll figure something out. We'll brainstorm.
But yeah, I'm done. We're done. I don't care that much. I don't.
Honestly, I am kind of relieved because I have not enjoyed that product for a while. WrestleMania Night 2 wasn't bad, but aside from that, I couldn't tell you a good WWE show off the top of my head. And really, WrestleMania Night 2 was a one match situation. And I think it's just because I am overly fanboyed for one wrestler in particular.
We had fun with most of that night.
What else happened that night? Do you remember?
What was that? 42? Night 2 match card. That was the night. Oh yeah,
matches.
That was when we got the Brock Lesnar and Obafemi match.
Oh yeah, okay, that was good. Yeah, because that started the show. That was good.
And then the first time we ever got a good Jade Cargill match. So.
Oh yeah, her and Rhea wasn't bad.
That was the night. The only match that we weren't super thrilled with match wise was Trick Williams and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, you're right.
And even then,
but from that, when was the last? And really, that fucking night one
was terrible. Night one was
so bad that
laughably terrible.
Yeah. But long story short, we'll figure out something in regards to content to try to keep, at least a 3-day a week thing going. But we'll see. It may take us a few weeks, and we may enjoy the time off. Really, more time to play video games and other things.
That's okay. I got some other funny stuff to show you.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, Danhausen advertised on the WWE shop. Well, WWE shop advertised earlier a Danhausen merch. And a lot of people seem to think that AI was involved in making it.
Well, of course. They've already used AI, so they're not going to be against it. Anything to save a buck, dude.
And somebody shared a tweet from Danhausen from last year that said, "Hello, AI still fucking sucks and you shouldn't use it for art. Thank you, goodbye."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, well,
you really shouldn't. Hire a fucking graphic designer.
Your merch is saying otherwise now, Mr. Danhausen. Hope the money's
Well,
worth
he doesn't control that. So I'm not going to shit on him just yet.
Right.
We'll see if he speaks out against it or anything like that, which he probably won't. He's the new kid in town.
So yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done for the night. Thank you all for hanging out with us, and we will see you Wednesday for Dynamite. Deuces.
Yes. Later.